Welcome to TikTok Shop Insiders Podcast, your source for actionable news, trends, and strategies. If you want to build a thriving brand or creator presence on TikTok Shop, this is your essential listen. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, I'm Ivan. This upcoming podcast episode is an interview that I have with Jeremy at Euka.ai. It is a TikTok Shop affiliate marketing platform that helps sellers find, reach out, and manage affiliates automatically, right? So this is a bots and automation tool, as everyone knows, but they're a little bit different. They go in depth in kind of how they created it through a database, not just through scripts and easy ways of doing it. They have their own database of hundreds of thousands, millions of affiliates, and they reach out on to your behalf. Some of the things they do differently versus other tools are they have a email option, right? So not only is it direct messages or target collabs, but you can email these affiliates, which is a new avenue, as well as a CRM. And a CRM of affiliates and how to communicate with affiliates in your network. So awesome stuff. There's a great interview ahead of you. So thank you. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to TikTok Shop Insiders Podcast, your source for the latest news and strategies for TikTok Shop. I am your host, Ivan, and we have a very special guest today. We have Jeremy from Euka.ai, a TikTok Shop automation outreach tool for affiliates. So, hey, Jeremy, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me today.
Yes, sir. Of course. We connected where? On LinkedIn a little bit ago. We were both kind of in the TikTok Shop space and talking here and there, and you reached out to me. So,
yeah, I saw you have such a big, LinkedIn presence. So love to have a chat and hear your thoughts on TikTok Shop because everyone wants to learn more about TikTok Shop all the time.
For sure. Yeah, I'm glad you reached out. We had lots of conversations prior to this talking about TikTok Shop and all the tools. But our first conversation, funny story, you actually reached out to me and you're like, "Hey, Ivan, I get reached out to all the time by people with tools, and hey, my tool is great." And you're like, "Hey, Ivan, my tool's head and shoulders better than the rest. Like, there's no one that could hold a candle to my tool." And I was like, "Okay, here's another guy that's like and stuff or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, let me see the tool." And so essentially, you showed me the tool, and I was like, "Okay, this is legit." If you can give me some let's talk about the tool later. Sorry, but maybe a little bit about your background, like where we're before TikTok Shop, a little bit of background, and then also like as you got into TikTok Shop, your experience there.
Yeah, I've been in the e-commerce space for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Right after business school. So I started my career actually as an engineer, and I working in the auto industry, right? I like cars, but I just felt like the car space is too boring, right? Too slow. And then really wanted to start something that's more e-commerce, more trade related stuff because the province I grew up from in China is called Fujian province, right? And the ByteDance founder, Meituan's founder are from that space. So this space is a very interesting space where everyone wants to do some trades with, even locally or internationally. And we are the first province to actually open up to the to other countries, right? Like back in the time of Deng Xiaoping wanted to open up China. So yeah, I think
cool.
Just deep in my heart wanted to do e-commerce, and I was a product manager at TikTok for a year, and then I was a PM at DoorDash for another year, and most recently I was working at the $3 billion e-commerce unicorn called Pepe.com for the last 2 years. So yeah, We've been in this space for a few years so far.
So pretty big names under your belt, right? And then all in the PM space, the project management space. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I would.
For those not aware, it's kind of like the man orchestrating the developers, the designers, etc. So they have a vision for a app, let's say, and then he kind of orchestrates all that. Is that correct, Jeremy?
Yeah, basically you are the kind of CEO of your product, right? You decide what kind of direction you want to go, what kind of customers, features, needs that you want to serve, right? A lot of prioritization, cross-functional communication stuff.
Great. So that's the main part of your background with some pretty big companies. So how did you stumble upon TikTok Shop, the need for affiliate outreach tools? How did that come about?
Yeah, so for my last job, I was a head of product at Pepper.com. As I mentioned, it's a $3 billion e-commerce unicorn. So they sell baby and kids clothing from China to overseas countries. We are selling to like 50 countries and have
Right.
a 2
Peppa,
million
P-E-P-A-A?
pet.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. P-A-T. Okay, got it. So
yeah.
$3
And then
billion companies.
Pet was the first brand got invited by TikTok to join TikTok Shop last year.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so I built an internal tool for TikTok to help them to find creators, to reach out to creators, right? And
Right.
then just discover this is a much bigger opportunity because
Opportunity.
yeah, like more than 70-80% of the TikTok Shop GMV are from affiliates, right?
Yep.
If you wanted to do well on TikTok Shop, you have to solve this problem. So yeah, I decided to quit my job to start Yuka with my co-founder, Kevin. Kevin was an engineer from Amazon. So both of us are from this e-commerce space.
Right. Great. So Pat to running kind of their affiliate outreach in a way, building a tool to help them with their affiliate outreach. And so they're one of the first companies on TikTok Shop. And you saw an opportunity, hey, if they need this tool, every other company is going to need a tool. Let me build it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
And
Okay.
I really believe in the future of commerce. I feel like
Yeah.
the future of commerce is going to be driven by influencers.
Yep. Yep. Micro influencers, etc. Yeah. Okay. So you have the idea, and as anyone listening to this podcast as myself, there's a handful of other outreach tools out there, bots, automation, you'll call it. And as I was alluding to in the beginning, you reached out to me like, hey, mine is head and shoulders better than the rest. And I was like, okay, let me prove you. So you showed me the tool. I was kind of surprised and astonished. And, it's another level per se. I will say most of the tools out there, most/all of the tools are, scripts, AKA, telling the computer to push a button, then push another button, and push another button, right? And that's fine and great, and it serves the purpose a lot. But you decided to take a different approach and be more in depth. It's a lot harder road, but it allows you for more flexibility, more options, etc. I'll pause here and let you kind of describe like how you wanted to do that kind of more difficult road, which turned out to be more fruitful and more kind of higher quality.
Yeah, I would like to touch on this maybe like on the three different levels, right? Maybe on the product level, I think in the beginning we put lots of thoughts onto our product, right? We don't want it to just to make quick bucks out of this TikTok shop boom or whatever,
Yeah.
and then we really wanted to build a big company like for the long term, right? And then that's why we wanted to build this kind of platform. It's not just a tool to be like end-to-end affiliate marketing operation tool for all these brands and sellers. And when I think about it, right, this tool has to be like really user friendly. So compared to other bots, probably just sending like DMs, they're using script that you mentioned about. We have like multi-channel approach to outreach. For example, we can do DM, we can do target collaboration, we can do emails, and that really give our brands and sellers all this then bells and whistles to reach out to their target creators. So that's number one. Number two, we both me and Kevin are coming from this technology background, so we are a big believer in AI. So we're building a lot of AI features and automations, right? For example, you can like craft really personalized message by our AI. So if you don't know how to sell your product, we can craft those like really compelling like product selling pitches for you, and then we will be able to like do this intelligently. Like we know who didn't reply to you, who you should reach out to again. Like we build this automatic follow up, right, on top of our current like outreach flow. So that's just on the outreaching like perspective, like automation. On the CRM side, we have this tools for brands who continuously engage with their existing creators, right? Whether they're content pending or posted video, we automatically update those statuses. So brands can just slice and dice those creators and then put them into a different segments and to send those like mass communication to them. For example, this creator or this group of creators are content pending. You probably want to send a reminder and say, oh, it's time for you to post your first video, right? And then for those creators who already post video, you probably wanted to send them a reminder, ask them to share the Spark codes with you so that you can run spot ads on top of it. So a lot of this kind of automation we think really through and wanted to enable it for our sellers.
Yeah.
So
So for the audience, one thing that really drew me to this tool and was head and shoulders is the CRM. So more specifically, the affiliate CRM. So customer relationship management kind of section, right? And I think a little like my perspective on it, let's say you have 1,000 affiliates that have made you videos, right? Or you have 1,000 that, are in your network. Some of them haven't received the product yet. Some of them received it and not made a video. Some of them have made a video. Some of them had made a video and generated $1 million GMV. Some have generated zero and et cetera, right? All throughout the, life journey of affiliate. Well, Jeremy's tool, Euka, can now filter between did they make a video? Did they not make a video? And like Jeremy was saying, if they haven't made a video, well, you give them a nudge, an email, so you can bulk say those that receive product and not made a video, send this message, and it can send a message. All other tools cannot do that. Another one is, let's see, you can sort by GMV. So your top creators, you can send them a message and saying, hey, we're going to boost your commission rate if you create more videos or et cetera, right? So it's just a way more advanced way of, communicating with your affiliate network. So is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's just on the product level, right?
Yep.
Secondly, we are really like customer focused. I think one of the biggest thing that we differentiate from other also company, we are like a team of people who really cared about customers. I think that's probably the number one reason why our sellers agency want to work with us. We have like a policy. We have to respond to our clients within 24 hours. No matter what, right? Solve the problem for them. So I think that's really differentiated in terms of culture. Last part, we are TikTok Shop partner, so we are legitimate. A lot of sellers are concerned about, whether this tool is gonna like get our stores banned or whatever. Why not? We are actually working with TikTok and try to make the first app on the TikTok Shop. So please, come to talk to us and trust us.
Yeah, I would say that too. Kind of just like they're doing it the right way, if you will, right? Doing it the long, kind of more developed way, but it's worth it for sure. I will say, the CRM. Oh, another point that I, was really astonished. That's the differentiator between you and others is the email, right? The email contact, right? Most bots out there just, DM and target collabs, and it does it at scale, which can be done by a script. But you guys have email as well. Email, you can contact these affiliates with their registered email on their TikTok. As far as I know, you do that through your own database of affiliates, right? So that's another differentiator. Can you go into a little bit about that, about your own database, emails, and allows you to do this CRM as well? A little bit. For me, that's your key differentiator. So
I'm glad you mentioned that part. We actually started from a data-driven type approach, right? We started like collecting, scraping, crawling data from different sources. So for each creators, we'll look at their profile. If they have emails on their bio, we will scrape that. So over time, we have collected over like by far probably close to 100K email information, like contacts from all these creators. And then we have a private database of 500K top TikTok Shop creators who have sales history, right? And then on top of that, we have a TikTok database, which have 30 million creators across different countries. So we have like taken a very, very data-driven approach and really feel like this is our core asset, right? Have the data of our sellers, have the data of our creators, and then the question is how can we make this data more powerful to enable sellers to sell better, to enable those creators to create better content and earn more commissions.
Right. Yeah. So agreed. I think that's super valuable. Again, I'm not like these other tools out there. They're not able to do this type of thing without that database. So definitely a competitive advantage that you guys have. All right. So one thing I wanted to talk about was kind of like the future of Euka and kind of like roadmap and what you guys have in store ahead of you guys. And, how do you see TikTok Shop? But let's start with TikTok Shop. Like, how do you feel the next year of TikTok Shop is going to go in growth, or any ideas or top 3 things that you're looking forward to? Or What do you think?
Yeah, I believe in social commerce, right?
Yep.
I'm a firm believer. And then I just wanted to quote this sentence from JP, their head of product marketing at TikTok Shop. So failure is not an option for TikTok, right?
Yeah.
TikTok has to invest billions of dollars into
Okay.
e-commerce, and then they will stay, right? As long as the company, and even with all this like legal, political stuff going on, I feel
Yeah,
like TikTok is gonna survive, and that's my belief. And
I agree.
my data point on that is TikTok's second biggest investor, SIG, is the biggest donor of Donald Trump, right? So
Okay.
hopefully everything works out well. We'll see. We'll see how that
Well,
goes.
follow the money. Yeah.
Yeah, but like for me, I'm really looking forward to see whether live could really like take off, right? All of us probably know, TikTok has been dumping all this money into like live. All
Lives.
these
Yeah.
like agencies and brands got a lot of money, are sponsored by TikTok to educate those hosts, right?
Yep.
Live hosts and creators, and try to do discounts to run like 24 hours like show, marathon shows to
Yeah.
drive those sales. So I think like live is pretty new here, but it's a very mature model in China or Southeast
Yeah, that's what I
Asia,
was gonna say.
right?
Do you know the breakdown of lives like GMV versus? Yeah, I just know it's crazy more like the ratio is a lot more in China than it is here. It's like 50-50. It's up out of my like I'm making this up, but like it's so huge over there. But here it's like a fraction of what it is in China.
In China, it's actually close to 90%.
Really?
Like,
So
yeah,
lives
it's
around like the majority by
yeah,
far.
yeah, majority. And here's flip, right? Like
Yeah.
70, 80 probably affiliate, like shop of videos, and now 10%, probably less
Yeah.
than 10% are live. So
Do you think it's
it's
culturally or you think it's mature wise? Like we're not there yet. We just need to get more custom or a combination of both, one or the other, one more than the other.
I think there might be a mix of the factor here, right?
Yeah.
And then historically, like TV live shopping has
Yeah, like
been a thing, right?
QVC.
In the state, yeah,
Yeah.
you can watching all these like shopping TVs, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you will buy stuff from them, and then I just feel like the the people wanted to go live to sell a product is not as culturally accessible for those younger generation, right? Those influencers, they are like,
Hmm.
hmm, what should I do? Do I want to be there, like, just talk about this for hours, right? I think this is a thing that probably a little bit takes time to educate this market, right? Like to actually cultivate good hosts to
Yeah.
show some examples, like how to do this well, and then would this be a full-time job for those like creators, right? I think
Yeah.
that's a question mark to see whether that makes sense. And then
Yeah.
from brand side, right, if they run this show for hours, whether the cost of labor, the unit
It's
economic
worth it.
actually makes sense, yeah, it's
Hmm.
worth it, right? I think there's some question need to be answered here because it's just the cost structure is very different. Like here in the States, labor is so expensive. Like in China, right, a host is not expensive, and then
Right.
like
It depends.
the people, yeah, and then all this audience, they are used to this like social, selling that kind of stuff. They like to watch videos, and then
Yeah.
here I think like short of videos is that number one. That number two, go to live. That is more like engage and a little bit longer term of audience engagement, right? Whether
Yeah.
they can pay out, then I think it will time will tell.
Yeah. Do you have any live features going expected in Yuka or that you can talk about?
Um, we don't have any like live feature right now,
Hmm.
but in the creator search part, we're working on the new feature where you can search for live creator
Uh-huh.
versus shoppable video,
Yeah.
creators. Yeah,
I noticed that recently, more and more people asking for lives, more and more
yeah,
clients and people asking like, do we have these live ones? And it's hard to tell in the affiliate space of, especially when you're doing mass outreach, which ones are good on lives. You have to drill
right,
down a
right.
lot more. If you had like a database of really good live people that to reach out to, that'd be pretty cool to
Yeah,
tap
yeah.
into.
Something that we definitely think is needed.
Cool. What else is I guess Yuka? I know you guys, you told me earlier that you hired a couple developers, really kind of key members of the team. Tells me you want to grow the product line. What are some like roadmap things you have going on at Yuka?
Yeah, we have a big vision here. We
Great.
wanted to automate everything like part of marketing for e-commerce, right? And I think like in the next year or so, there are three things we want to do really well. One is like cross-platform, right? So TikTok Shop is our number one stop, but like
Uh,
YouTube is picking up their affiliate
yeah.
program, and Instagram is doing the similar thing, right? So
Facebook as well.
eventually, yeah,
Okay.
Facebook is like Instagram
Awesome.
is like currently you can tag actually product in the
Hmm.
videos. So we think there's opportunity for us to go across platform because all these
Yeah.
sellers are cross-platform, right? They have a
Yeah.
different shop on different platform, and
Hmm.
90% of our affiliates they also have accounts on other platforms. So I think
Yeah.
we would like to go across
You're setting
platform. So that's
yourself up for cross platform. That's super smart. Yeah, I know we talked
yeah,
about it earlier, but like you talk about the potential ban of TikTok, and like me and you always say, we're not backing TikTok Shop per se. We're backing social commerce and being able to buy
yep.
off these viral videos. So,
Mhm.
cool. Yeah. So that's one cross platform is what you're preparing for. What else are you looking forward to?
Then second big piece we're working on is content. So we are working on some AI to see whether we can help brand to generate content at a lower cost or automatically. So
Got
just
it.
imagine, for example, you have already have all these UGC videos, whether we can do a miscutting or like regenerate those videos at a very cheap, affordable rate, right? So you can
Yeah.
post two, three videos a day, really like drive your
Yeah.
sales. So the content generation, content analysis is another part, like whether we can, use AI to analyze massive amount of like social media content, start with
Mhm.
TikTok short video, and then really boil it down to like key components like hooks, CTAs, and
Mhm.
angles and that kind of stuff, and then
Yeah.
help brand to generate all those like creative brief, right? So they
Yeah.
can make better content. So those two things that really heavily on content side that we are working on right now.
Yeah. For the AI, because reposting and reusing content, TikTok will flag it pretty fast. Like, so you're talking about using AI to generate something kind of totally new for the brand as
It's
the
not totally new, but like some regeneration, you can
yeah.
still use majority part of it.
Okay,
There
but
are
enough to
something
not get on TikTok's radar.
exactly,
What's the magic
exactly.
ratio there? Do you know? Do you have one in your mind? Is it like 50% has to, or like 20% has to be new, 50% has to be new? Like what in your mind do you think?
I think like there's no like magic number here,
Yeah,
like because like TikTok also updating their algorithm very quickly.
right.
So there are like some signal, for example, some overlay tags, for example,
Yep.
like some CTAs. We can just like use AI to
Reuse.
completely regenerate those CTAs, right?
Hmm.
And those kind of stuff, um, it will help, to circumvent like TikTok
Right.
algorithm at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So you got cross-platform content. What's the third piece of the puzzle in your future?
Yeah. The third piece is creator enablement. So we are thinking about whether we can build some useful tools for creators, right? For example, like whether we can help them to just sift through all these brand deals. For
Hmm.
example, if
Yeah, I saw that
we can
actually.
just recommend like 10 deals, right, for them
Yeah.
every day. They can swipe left if they are not interested. If they can
Mm.
swipe right to join this brand deal, right?
Tinder for
And then
affiliates.
something like that, something like that. I think it should really help like creators to really like
Yeah.
work with the brands they want to work with. They have a better chance to be successful in promoting their products, right? Because this
Yeah.
is mutually beneficial. And then
For sure.
nowadays, like all these creators are overwhelmed by all these massive
Yeah.
DMs and emails or whatever.
Yeah.
So
In the
that's
group
something that we wanted to build.
in the groups I'm in, that's one of the big things for creators. They're getting all these messages. Not only are they getting these messages, but they're like, I'm getting emails and I know some of them are valid. I need someone to help me figure out which ones are the valid ones or not, or, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
But do you have open communications with your affiliates in your network now, or is that something you intend to build going forward?
I think we wanted to do some experiment on that side, whether
Yeah.
creators will be willing to work with us, right? If we can recommend those good brands, good collaboration deals with them to them, then if they are willing, well, if they are willing, then we can build an app, right? For example, to help them
Yeah.
to use it more extensively.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I think so. That's concludes kind of my questions and my thoughts here. Did you kind of have extra thoughts, or are you kind of good at this point?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, cool.
I just feel like this is a great conversation. I really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
yeah, likewise. I mean, we could talk for hours on TikTok Shop, but again, just for everyone, Yuka AI, TikTok Shop automation tool, much more than just an automation tool, right? It's a database, and it's really goes 4 levels deep on what you can do on TikTok Shop. And yeah, there's a lot more to come, as you heard from Jeremy on the roadmap. I will say there's going to be a link to the tool in the show notes below. Is there a kind of, I guess Euka AI, right? Euka, EUKA.ai is where you can find Jeremy.
hmm
So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for your time, Jeremy. And till next time.
Thank you so much, Ivan.
All right.
Really enjoy it.
All right. Thanks, guys. See ya.
See ya.